Hey viewers, welcome back. It's Tati. It is Trendy Thursday in the shop again today, and I'm super excited because we are finally going to swatch out the O.P.I Scotland collection, which is their fall lineup. Lots of beautiful colors. There's actually 12 in total, so it is a big collection. But before we get into the polishing, let's go over a couple of those things that we're going to be looking at in this swatch. So first is overall consistency. And by consistency, I mean, are we dealing with a polish that's too thick, too thin, or streaky when we're actually polishing the nail? Second thing we're gonna be looking for is overall coverage. Are we getting the coverage that we expect within the two coats, or does it require a little bit more? And third and most importantly, are we getting a match between the hands and the feet? So let's get into swatching it up and see if this collection meets those expectations. First one we're gonna swatch is A Pup Pub. All of these colors definitely look super bold, so I'm not expecting to have issues with coverage. First coat's definitely looking a little sheer. Oh yeah, second coat is definitely giving you a much fuller coverage. Okay, with two coats, I'm definitely thinking a third coat will be necessary. I can see right around the edges, it gets a little faded out. And I was pretty liberal in my application. So as far as coverage goes, I'm thinking 3 coats is definitely going to be necessary for this color, just so we can really make sure to get full coverage, good bold look. Yeah, it looks much better. Get our top coat on here. This one's really nice, dark gray. Application was pretty smooth. The consistency of the gel is pretty smooth, but it's a little sheer for what I was expecting. And 3 coats would definitely be necessary to get a good bold look. Let's watch up things I've seen in Aber Green. This one looks really nice. It's actually really deep green. I'm definitely liking how this first application is looking so far. Okay, pretty good coverage. Let's get that here. Okay, let's get a second coat. Definitely a pretty color. I'd say in 2 coats you're gonna get good coverage on it, but there might be some times where you'd want to put a third coat. Color's still a little bit sheerish, but super pretty. Next, let's try out Nessie Plays Hide and Seek. I get so clever with these names sometimes. This one's a really pretty glittery color. Again, the first coat's looking kind of sheer. Let's go ahead and cure this. While we wait, check out my nails. I got blue stuff. Go for that second coat. So this is 2 coats. Now, my general rule of thumb when it comes to colors that aren't meant to be sheer or marshmallow consistencies, I look around the edge. As you can see, if I look straight on, it looks like pretty good coverage. It is a clear nail, so I might see a little more transparency than a natural nail. But when I'm looking around the edge and I see the edges are a little bit not as full as the center, that's usually an indication that a 3rd coat needs to go on. I probably should have done a 3rd coat for things I've seen in Abergreen as well. It was a little bit better in consistency and coverage, but for my clients, I probably would just go for it and do a 3rd coat. Really make sure that you're getting the color that you're intending to. And 3rd coat definitely makes a good difference. Next, we're going to swatch Nice Set of Pipes. This color looks really pretty. It's kind of like a grayish purple. Definitely feel like I'm getting consistency and shade of color that I'd expect in a 1st coat for a color like this. Pretty good coverage on the 1st coat. Let's see how the 2nd one will look. All right, coat 2. It's looking pretty nice. I'd say definitely fair coverage on this color. Really pretty shade. I'm totally digging this purple. This next one is super pretty. O.P.I grabs the unicorn by the horn. This color is a soft, warm tone of blue. It's really pretty. Let's go for the 1st coat. First coat a little soft. Let's check out the 2nd coat. All right, 2nd coat, here we go. Actually pretty happy with the coverage I got on the 2nd coat. Really pretty. I'm feeling pretty good about this with 2 coats, but I can definitely see that there might be some occasion where 3rd's necessary. I'm gonna go ahead and apply 3 coats right now though. Let's see. Yeah, that 3rd coat definitely still makes it pop a little bit more, make it look a little more bold. And that's what we want when we're not using sheer or marshmallow colors. We want bold, good coverage. This color is super pretty, and it looks like there's even like a little shimmer in it. I don't know if you could see it from there, but it definitely has a super soft greenish teal shimmer in there. Really subtle, super pretty color. All right, Good Girls Gone Plaid. This one's another dark one. It's kind of like a purplish dark. Maybe even a little maroon. Yeah, I can see the red in there. All right, let's go for second coat. This color is so pretty, really deep. It's really pretty. Two coats get you good coverage, but you definitely can't go wrong with a third. Just going for the clear coat now. Really nice. Has a Lincoln Park After Dark thing going on, but definitely not as dark. All right, next one we're gonna try out is Boys Be Fizzling at Me. This one's like a shimmery, really cute color. Okay, pretty good coverage on the first coat. Number 2. This one's really, really pretty color. And I'm really happy with the coverage that I got within those two coats. Next one we're trying out is Edinburgh and Tatties. Let's go for that first coat. I can definitely see this as being a very popular color for the fall. Everyone's always really into nudes and creams, mauvey tones, and this is kind of all of them into one. It's really pretty. Decent coverage on the first coat. Let's see. Really nice smooth. I'm totally digging the coverage in two coats. That's ideal. Really pretty color, super great coverage just within those two coats, which is really ideal and what we want. We don't need to waste time with 3 coats if we don't have to. All right, next swatch up is You've Got That Glass Glow. This is another super pretty nude color. Yeah, a little bit right here. Definitely along the lines of a more kind of purplish nude. Maybe a little pink. And another one I think is totally going to be a popular choice for the fall. Let's go for that second coat. It has 2 coats. I'd say the coverage is okay. It is a clear nail, so I might be seeing it a little bit more transparent than it normally would. I'd say 2 coats is okay, but you might need to end up putting a 3rd coat depending on your client's nail bed. If we have a lot of marks or spots or ridges or anything like that, and the color is not very bold, then they tend to be accentuated. So when in doubt, third coat. Really pretty color. Definitely think it's going to be something used often during the fall. Ooh, this one's one of my favorite from the collection, actually. Suzie needs a Locksmith. This one's like a really intense burnt orange. I'm loving this color. Okay, let's go for second coat. Super pretty. Coverage is pretty smooth and even, but I've actually already used this color and a third coat is definitely recommended. You want this to be a really bold color. All right, so here we are with the 2 coats. And it looks pretty good on the nail, but since I've used this one already, I can definitely tell you that a third coat just makes that little bit of a difference that you want. It's such a gorgeous color. You want it to be bold. Super, super pretty color. I totally love it. I feel like you can't really see how gorgeous it is on this as it is in real person. I love this color. All right, we have 2 more ahead of us. Speaking of ahead, this one's called Redheads Ahead. Super cute. Really bright red. And let's go for coat number 2. The coverage on this looks pretty good. I'm actually going to do a third coat. Yeah, I feel like I can notice a difference. And for me, the little bit of difference goes a long way. And I tend to be a little bit of a perfectionist, so I think it could benefit even the slightest bit from a third coat. That third coat's going on there. Really pretty color. We have 1 more on the swatch list for this collection. And this name is actually really cute. A Little Gilt Under the Kilt. This one's a really nice shimmery polish, and say along the lines of a red orange. Really nice consistency, super thick, and just on the first coat I got a really nice coverage of that. Wow, that gave such a good coat, or a good coverage just on that first coat. Really pretty color and really great coverage. Probably the best coverage of all of the polishes I've tried in this collection today. Now let's see if these match their toe colors. So in looking at the hands and feet match overall, toe color being top row, gel color being bottom, I'm definitely really happy with the consistency and the closeness of these matches. They're all pretty spot on. It's never going to be perfect, but I'd say 100% wearable, and I couldn't imagine anyone having significant issues with the matchings of this set. The only two colors that I would say are the furthest off would probably be Good Girls Gone Plaid. It's a little dark purple on the hands, but looks more Linkin Park After Dark on the toes. The toes are definitely much darker. And for the Redheads Ahead, I'd say the toe color is definitely a little bit more red than the gel color for the hands. I'm getting more of a pinkish undertone there. Ooh, so fall is definitely in the air. Those colors are beautiful. Doing the swatches definitely gave me fall vibes. I'm really digging the collection and how different the colors are. We're not getting too much dark or too much of one tone. But let's see how it met the challenge. First was consistency. I'd give it 100% across the board. All of the gels were super manageable, nothing too thick, thin, and I had no issues with streaking on either coat. Second is coverage. With coverage, I definitely say that I'm kind of on the border with it. Seeing how bold the colors are and intense, I definitely expected to get the coverage that I wanted within 2 coats, but they do apply on a little bit sheer, a little bit soft, and the third coat I would say is really necessary for most of the colors in this collection, just to make sure that your client gets a manicure that looks just as bold as it does in the bottle. Third and most importantly, the match. Overall, I was very, very pleasantly surprised with how consistent it was across the board. Every color matched its toe color almost perfectly. If there was any discrepancy, I'd say maybe 2 or 3 colors were a couple of shades off, but nothing I think my clients wouldn't approve of. I hope everyone enjoyed the swatches and are going out there and getting your fall colors, because it is around the corner, and if your clients haven't already been asking you for fall colors, they will. So be ahead of the game, make sure you have options for them and give them a little something to be excited about. So thank you again everyone for tuning in. I'm Pappy, this is Oh My Gel, and I'm gonna catch you next week.